Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Generation Select's Magnificus. Now, this guy is, well, obviously a recolor of Perceptor from the Studio Series 86 line. And, well, this color scheme is meant to be based on a e-hobby figure. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, looking at the box for this guy, well, of course, we've got the standard Selects packaging, or well, the Legacy Selects packaging, so got the picture of Magnificus here, or a schematic of him. Got Legacy Evolution here, so we've got our first Legacy Evolution Selects figure here. Plastic-free packaging, and they're not lying, because when you open this figure, he's pretty much just underneath this cardboard, so you don't even have to cut any ties. You just get him out of the cardboard, and that's it. And if I can get this closed up, there we go. We also have his name right here. Got the side, the back, we've got Legacy Evolution, albeit upside down. The Decepticon insignia, got Magnificus' shoulder. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And while taking a look at the figure, and yeah, I'm pretty much just going to be getting rid of. I'm just going to get rid of the box because recently I've actually got rid of the boxes for my figures because they've just been taking up space. So yeah, I've just gotten rid of them. So well, looking at Magnificus here, well, we're gonna start off in his tank mode. One, just so it's different from my Perceptor review, and two, I like to think that this is his primary alternate mode, whereas Perceptor's primary alt mode is his Microscope Mode. Because, come on, this guy's a Decepticon, so he deserves to have a more, well, dangerous kind of alternate mode. Plus, I remember someone saying that they like to think that this is his primary alt mode, and I just really like that, so yeah. Well, look at the tank mode. Well, this is obviously based on the tank mode that the G1 Toy / E-Hobby figure had. So we've got some molded shreds here. Got the what's normally the thing that you look down for the microscope, which is now a cannon for the tank. Got the tray, which I guess could be repurposed as a seat. And yeah, not really much to say about this mode. It's, if anything, this is kind of a throwaway mode, which they pretty much just included for a bit of, I guess, extra playability. But on the original figure, like the hobby version of the figure, if I remember correctly, this guy came with someone called Gamede, if I remember, and he could actually sit on the tank mode. So yeah. Now for the accessory, of course we've got the gun, and I can just go right on the scope here. Sort of hard to do, so we're just going to do this off camera. There we go. So it just goes on like so. Although it's hard to see, but here we go. And while comparing him with Perceptor, so you can see how they look together. Yeah, of course, Perceptor's got much brighter colors due to him being an Autobot. But still, I think Magnificus looks really cool in this mode. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it for the tank mode, and, well, overall, I do kind of like it, but, well, there's not really, there's no wheels, so you can't really do what Few does and do him along, so he just slides along, so, yeah, let's just get to the microscope modes. So, to get this guy to his microscope mode, if I can actually talk correctly, just going to remove the gun, untap the legs from the sides of the arms, just move them like so, and just move the scope like so. And that becomes the little eyepiece. And with the gun, well, to get that out of the way, I'm just going to plug this into the back. And here we have Magnificus in its microscope mode. So, yeah. Now, not really much to say about this either, because, well, of course, it's pretty much the same as Perceptor's. Only difference is well, it's now in Magnificus's colors. Although I do really like the red here, and the Decepticon insignia on the eyepiece. I don't know what you call that. I'm not that much of a science guy because, well, yeah. But still, and well, looking down the eyepiece, yeah, that actually does kind of work. Like, if we inspect like a blast effect piece, you can actually sort of see it. So yeah, that actually does magnify, sort of. Although I think it more just lets you see through it rather than magnify. Unlike the G1 toy, you can't really use it like an actual microscope. So yeah, like these dials don't work. This one doesn't work. But you still could put like a little thing on the tray and pretends to inspect something, you know. Now, comparing him with Perceptor again, so you can see how they look together. Well, of course, Perceptor's got the brighter colors, but he doesn't have an Autobot. This guy doesn't have the Autobot insignia on his scope. Instead, he's got it right on his chest. So, I'll let you decide which color scheme you prefer. So, yeah. Now, just before we get to the transformation, let's have a quick look at the gun, which is pretty much the same gun as Perceptor's, just now cast in black. And well, for blast effect compatibility, if I can just find one. Yeah, you can slot one on there pretty well. So, yeah. or want one in Decepticon purple, because of course Magnificus is a Decepticon. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's intentional, but you can fit in a couple blast effects, not all of them, but some. So yeah. Now let's get on to this guy's transformation. So, to get this guy transformed, of course, it's pretty much the same as Perceptor. So we're just going to straighten out the scope. Lift this tray up, like so. Get that clipped into place. With the legs, we're just going to straighten them out, like so. Get the feet up. Stand them up. Get the arms down. Get his hands out. Get the scope out of the way. Move this down. So this is going to be what the arm clips into. Get the head out of its little cavity. Turn the head around. Get the shoulder cannon into place. Have the arms in. Get them up. Then just get the arms down into place. And here we have Magnificus in robot mode. And well, it's a simple transformation, but it's still efficient. And well, what we end up with is a rather nice looking robot mode. I mean, they actually do change up the head, which we'll get to soon. But well, I mean, a quick 360. Of course, we still have the gap in the back, unfortunately. So if we want to replicate how we first saw this figure, then go ahead. And looking at the head, well, first of all, we're just going to get the shoulder cannon out of the way because, yeah, if you don't want to display Magnificus or Perceptor with the shoulder cannon, then, well, you can just have it on their back if you want. And that is how he's shown on the box. But looking at the head, I'm just going to prepare Perceptor for the head comparison. But looking at this guy's head, the head's actually been resculpted, so he's got a mouth plate, just like how the G1 Perceptor figure had. And well, this is actually what Magnificus's head. This is what Magnificus's head looks like. Because yeah, this guy normally has a G1 toy head, whereas Perceptor has a different looking head because he normally has a mouth. So yeah. So I definitely appreciate the fact that they sculpted an extra head if they were ever going to retool this into Magnificus, which they did. So yeah. Plus, this is on a ratchet joint, which I just love. I mean, just listen to this. That is just so satisfying. Now just giving him his gun. There we go. So, got this going on. And well, of course, as I showed, this gun can take blast effects. Well, some blast effects. I don't think it was intentional. But he does have blast effects on the feet. So if you have like weaponizers or modulators, fossilizers, or the Junkions, or if you're watching in the future, there's rock figures. That's probably gonna age poorly. I don't know. But just plugging these in. So now this guy can shoot lasers out of his feet. So yeah. And well, putting this guy with Perceptor. Well, one thing I noticed is Perceptor's shoulder cannon actually plugs in really well, whereas with this guy, yeah, it doesn't really plug in as well. I don't know why, but comparing these two, well, these two actually look really nice together. I mean, this is one of those cases where if you had the repo labels, you could just put one on there and, well, you've got Shot Glass Perceptor. So, yeah. And at least the gap at the back isn't as noticeable with Magnificus because, well, it just sort of blends in with the black plastic. Plus, we can see that the insignia has moved from the chest to the abdomen, plus an added one on the shoulder cannon. So, yeah. And well, for this guy's posability, well, I mean, the cannon can of course move on these series of struts. The head can of course move. It can sort of look down. It can sort of look. Well, I mean, if you want to do that, then he can look up. His arms can of course move. He can T-pose. He can break his shoulder. That's not meant to happen. But he's got elbows, bicep rotation. The wrists can go in. Waist can swivel. Legs can go forward that far. Back that far. Really good knee. This can swivel. You can do the splits. You can do this if you want. Some sort of weird crab walk. I guess if he wants to like walk like Zoidberg, then he can. He's also got a good ankle pivot. So, yeah. Quite posable. And well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. Complaints? Well, I mean, pretty much the same complaints that I had with Perceptor. But for complaints suited for just this guy, well, this one's mine a bit. I noticed that the shoulder cannon doesn't plug in as well as Perceptor's, because if you just listen, and then listen to how Perceptor's one plugs in, that's a much tighter connection. Also, I noticed that this shoulder, while posing, came undone, and yeah, it seems to unplug quite easily. Could also be a problem with Perceptor. Oh, hang on, nope, it's just on Magnificus because the shoulder on Perceptor stays in quite well. But yeah, those are pretty much the only issues I have that is just about Magnificus. The other issues I have shared with Perceptor. But well, do I recommend Magnificus? Well, seeing how this is sort of obscure character, then I'd say if you're a hardcore Selects or Legacy collector, then sure. Or if you're a fan of this character, then definitely. Or if you want to turn this guy into Shattered Glass Perceptor, then sure, go ahead. Because, well, I think this guy looks really cool. Because, I mean, like, there are still some issues. The gap in the back, which is Shattered Perceptor. The weird way that the legs work, Shattered Perceptor. And the added issues, like, I mean, they're minor, but still. But overall, I quite like this figure. So, yeah. It definitely shows that a Legacy is just going to pick any character for the toy line. And I am all for it. So, yeah. So, this has been my review for Generation Select's Magnificus. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.